Start the stream up real quick so I cannot feel like I'm insane. Drop a promo in my brain. Damage my brain. Maybe someday I can come up with a way to play straight. Remember my weight. Forget the mistake. Only diamonds on me make me feel like I might be insane. Yeah, ignore that. Dr. Disrespect made a response. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hmm? 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 It's not from my mic, it's from the stream. Okay. Okay. Actually, I guess I can keep this open. Let's go here, here, close this, and then here, here, here. Okay. That should it. Then I shall pull up the stream on my phone to get a free viewer, and also to view the chatty chat. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's continue. We left off out here. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than the sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in your life. I said, this chick I need to give me the rundown of reality.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
What
More lessons
reality?
in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
If you get a predatory shriek.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file your teeth.
What's the big
The
time?
revolution.
What is the revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Okay, well, who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking,
Oh,
40
okay.
million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
She's not gloating. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Sounds like a tragedy.
Yes. The Red Deluge.
What just happened?
The
I wasn't paying attention to the
Insulindian
background.
Deluge, they call it.
Anyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew.
Okay.
The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Well, smart king.
Yes. King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Went down? Anyway, Gil got out alive and his nephew Frisell got shot in his place.
Anyways, Gil, the king got out alive and his nephew got shot in the head. Okay, that makes sense to me.
Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals you mean...
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
Alright, I do remember you saying that.
She's one of them. Of
Yeah,
ours.
I can figure that out. I assume that much. This is a middle class and rich. If everyone else got shot, who was there to
To
surrender to?
foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
You just said the liberals
The
already
liberals
took
took
everything.
everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the
Okay.
laws, and the people. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There
Okay.
is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
The
Moralists?
moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head.
That seems pretty good, eh?
At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the
Oh.
long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government.
Okay.
The rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
It's good to know.
This is their zone of control.
So I'm gonna be
They
messing with
emboldened
them,
the
huh?
RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
Also
An
not.
almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
What does that mean? When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
What did this pandemic do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Wow, really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Jeez. Where to spread
From
from there?
Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
Okay,
Why?
next.
You and I, officer.
Okay.
Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that.
Our lives are very different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
Okay.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened to the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
It's been like this for how long exactly?
43 years.
That's
Hard
crazy.
to fathom, I know.
It's also not that long ago, though, for the revolution. What have we been doing all that
The
time?
20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Were they, though?
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative
Bullshit.
easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Well,
From
thank
the
you.
looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
You don't seem to be thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just... we could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we'd played it right.
Jeez. That's heavy. What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
Yeah, I would have sought for a medical
A
solution.
cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tendrils up your neck, toward
But,
the back of your head.
no need for to get into the politics
So
of
a
this stream.
quarter of humanity
But that's kind of crazy.
simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion? A complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago.
Kill everybody, take the North Korea approach. You got with some hygiene, modest social care. I mean, personally, it would be isolation, right? I mean, the people who have it are probably going to die, so you should just isolate everyone. If you really want to look at it harshly. I don't know.
The wind stops, and for a moment, there's silence. The charge dissipates into the dark water. All is quiet on the Martinez Inlet.
All is quiet on the Martinez Inlet.
A dog barks. A gunshot echoes off the walls of some distant building. A woman's voice.
There is peace in the heart.
Good hygiene. Really. A very moderate solution
Yeah, I
to an
know.
extreme problem. It's those sort of half measures that doomed the... When they failed to step up, Marzov and his party stepped in. In this particular case, maybe a more robust state response might have been appropriate.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable.
Damn. It's enough
They
about
are
the
what they
times.
are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentiment.
Not
Anything
so
else?
fast.
No.
Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
I mean, there's no way I won't roll this. Come on.
6
Okay.
kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass.
Not the dog.
To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revocol Citizens Militia.
Preciso Mundo.
Good. And what is the Revocol Citizens
Nothing
Militia?
more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Okay.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Yes. Sorry, Kim. You said de facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
Okay.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm a lackey of the capital. That's what it sounds like.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
Yeah.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear,
What's up?
they are not fans of you.
Yeah, why is that?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Oh gosh.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
Oh, okay.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I am just on my phone, replying to people really quick. It's not very nice. Okay. Oh, don't turn my phone off. I'm using it as my fucking chat. Give me another hot second. Okay.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
I know what the RCM is. I want to know what you are.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor, a devourer of nations and
Now you slow
innocents.
down right here. Aren't you fucking the Wild Pines? Yeah, she's the Wild Pines around.
I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
An ultra liberal. A liberal! I don't like you liberals in my country. No, I already figured that out.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at heart. A real moralist, no? Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her, but only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
And I forgive you.
I do hope so. I hope we're able to remain collegial despite it. Remember, we were partners, whether you like to admit it or not. There's blood on many hands, I assure you. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
What would you have done differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinaise a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
Yeah.
While a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east,
What's going on,
white drizzle
Just
washing
Kill?
it clean,
As the
lights go
investigation
up and
officer.
motor carriages circulate
Oh, it's
the
going alright.
streets.
On the second day, as you can see, I did a lot with the body on the first day. I found the bullet inside of its head, which took a lot. It's also frozen. I haven't sent it back yet with Kim. I should probably get around to doing that today. I interviewed today the Wild Pines rep and the union boss. Thank you, Just Kill. Along with a bunch of other stuff. Hold up, you can. Oh, not this. Take a look through here. I don't know if there's anything interesting about any of this. Probably not. But yeah, I'm just started making progress. Trying to. I don't know if I want to get the boots off the victim or not. It would be cool if I did, but I don't know if I will. But it would solve 2 of these quests, which would get me quite a few experience, and then I can pawn it off for quite a bit of money. So I might try to do that tonight once I end my quest. They are nice boots. Once I end, not my quest, my investigation, and Kim leaves, I can go and try to get them. If I don't get them, I'll just send it back tomorrow, or like send it off. So yeah, that's probably gonna be something I'll do later today. And then I'll send it to processing tomorrow. What else should I focus on? It would be cool if I could find the secret passage, because I see somebody on the roof of the whirling gigs, but I don't know how to get up there. May take a while. Right now, my big thing, I think I need to go back to, so yeah, for the Wild Pines rep, I have to either find my badge, which I have 0 clue where it is, or I can do like a, favor for her. I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. I should go back to Everett, because I did unlock the door. I shouldn't have accepted the, what's it called? The favor on her, because I could have just convinced her. Very concerning. It is very concerning. I called the police station and they all just shitted on me because I didn't have my badge, my gun, my coat, and I didn't remember who I was. So I have my coat back at the very least.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the
Hope
coalition.
that's the only thing
Not
you're
here in
missing.
Marseillais.
Oh, yeah, that's
Not
the
to
only
the
thing I'm
Stella
missing,
Maris or
sorry.
Delta beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
I'm just getting a lot of backstory. Your gun.
Then for my
I am
daughters.
missing my
We
gun.
had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
Missing gun. I know. Well, I know I pawned it off and then somebody bought it. Right? Isn't that what it says? I'll double check. No, not murder weapon. Though I got this one down to like the exact type of gun it was. Luckily. I asked the local pawn shop and he said somebody bought it, but he didn't know anything else really. So,
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
I'm sure things will work out in the end, but this is not looking very good. I feel like this is the type of game though, or I don't think it's ever supposed to be looking good. But
Yes,
I'm excited
I suppose I
to play
am.
through this.
But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Seditious talk, man.
Okay.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Now, shall we return to reality?
A strange coldness
Oh
comes over
man,
you
really,
as you
really
look
thought
at
I'd
the
get
world.
that.
The waves sway the sloop slowly. It's on the tip of your tongue, a doubt of sorts already in your head, but it's not fully formed
I
yet.
can't even
You
raise
have
my
to wait and return to this
conceptualization.
later, once the jamais vu
Oh, I
thought
can
is
actually.
complete.
Do I want to? Oh, not that. I meant this. It's +1 from items. I also have cigarettes on hand if I wanted to raise it too. But we'll get around to it. What is this? That's good. I
Glad
have.
to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
What can you tell me
Anything
about the
else?
strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
How would they repeal it?
By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition...
Oh,
but
man.
I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Yeah, what's your role in
I
this
believe the
precisely?
official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In
How are you
practice,
liking your
I'm
colleague?
a
Dude, I
grocery
freaking
clerk.
love Kim.
I relay the union's demands
Kim's
to
gotta
Wild
be
Pines and return
probably
with
my
Wild
favorite
Pines
character. I
counteroffer.
like him more than, oh, fuck, I knew my name. Harry. Unironically die for that man. Facts. He's so good. My name. I figured out my name last time I played this, but I didn't write it anywhere in like my notes or whatever, so I'm forgetting it now. If I saw it again, I'd
And
recognize.
how are the talks going?
I mean, Everett knows it, and I'm gonna go talk to him, so I'll probably just bring it up again.
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Right.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist
Oh, you mean
behemoth blocking the
Measurehead?
gates. Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him either. How are the talks going?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
Okay.
But the strike began in December.
Oh,
I wasn't the
right.
original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss.
Henry
Mr.
Harvey
Clare
Harris or
refused to
something
speak
like
with
that.
Gaumont
I
despite
know it starts with
concessions he
H.
granted the union in prior
I just
negotiations.
can't remember what it is.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened in this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget.
Oh, okay.
Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay, then.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
It does sound pretty usual. What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Oh. Seems like they have no idea about business. Seems like they have no idea about business,
Here's
huh?
defense. Another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Yeah, that does seem a bit much. Tell him hustler cop. Exactly, you get it. What does that even
It's
mean?
quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
50 real, raw dog in communism. Is that good? I don't know. I kind of regret having this much real because I sold the oh, capitalism. Yeah, you're good. Because I sold off the cube for the supercomputer, which gives me like 50 real. But now I can't see what that does. I thought I would be able to buy it back, but I can't. So now I'm just like, I have a lot of money, but I'll never figure out what that was for. And I knew where I could put it too. I knew where the supercomputer was. I just saved it and sold it because I thought I could get to 100 real on my own. And I was like 20 off. Something for the next playthrough, exactly. You get it.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just checking how much longer that is. Okay, the workers can't be kings. The king is king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
It doesn't seem like something pretty easy to communicate. What are they gonna do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Right,
And now, people are getting lynched, I
they
hear.
are.
Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
You won't tell me about it.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Manana. The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs?
Yeah, I took the
You
body
mean the
off the
huddled
tree.
masses of
I
Janma
shot it off
come to
because
plead
I'm
for
a
work where the
sharpshooter.
union refuses to?
And then I took the body into the fridge in the basement. Hey, says hi, exactly. I don't know if this is good or not, but I have it. I do like having +1 empathy to Kim.
If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Okay.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Yeah, okay. What do you think of Everett?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the
You're
interests of
bullshitting.
the work. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
That's Everett, alright.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There's 2 of them.
Yes.
Oh no.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to
It's how
remember
they
that guy's the
circumvent
lazy
the
eye.
term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
Outside of the brother communists you saw. Sounds like it. I'm gonna learn a lot about communism in this game. Oh boy, I can't wait to take for my daily lesson of communism.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that.
That's good.
Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
And they control it
Refreshingly
now.
honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
It's clearly not effective. Giant leech sucking the life out of Revicol. Sounds about right.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
See, something happened in the
I'm
elections.
glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play. But there's
Sabbatical.
nothing they
What
could do.
does that
It was a
mean?
union matter.
Give me a second here. Sabbatical. Give me a second. Can Chrome load? A period of paid leave granted. Oh, okay. I'm not a very smart person. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not smart, but I'm not very, my vocabulary isn't well versed. It's very basic, so this game's had me look up quite a few words that I just don't know.
The point of the
It's not a bad
presentation
thing, though.
is
I like to learn
these
new
kinds
words.
of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
I definitely don't
Thank
think
you
it was
for
a
your concern,
sabbatical,
ma'am.
though.
We'll be just fine.
I know, right? It's like a nice book. That's what I thought, too. That's what I've been thinking. That's all I need here. Let's change the
Of course.
topic.
How else can I help?
I've talked to Claire.
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it.
Oh, right.
Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
Yeah.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Alright, what did I just get? White's Morning. What's with the lines? And why is this still -1? Oh, maybe I have to finish the dialogue.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Bingo. Okay, so yeah, I do gotta finish the dialogue. Okay. I'm not gonna gossip.
Of course, Detective. Should something come until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Fuck. I don't want to help her with drug trafficking. I love my tie. My necktie is wonderful. I didn't realize it would be talking to me the whole playthrough, but I find it funny. I really don't want to do the drug trafficking, but whatever.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Bruta.
What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
My bad.
Fascism, Bruta.
Oh my god, I've heard of fascism. What is fascism, though? Can you just explain it real quick?
But it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you
It
is
seems
the
to like
source of Revachol?
It seems like it talks. I know, right? Isn't that so odd? Seems like a lot of things talk to me, like dead bodies and whatnot. Of Revachol's problems. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess the businesses, the people look financials.
Yes, them, but also women.
Woman.
Women, men of wood.
Oh, my
You
bad.
don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Okay. We need to calm down here, pal.
That's what fascism
We need to
boils down
take it down a level,
The rest
okay?
is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Right, okay, man. Listen, I feel like I've made up my mind about
You're
fascism.
going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota.
Sure, I'll keep my vooz.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the woo men too often. That's why you're the head and I am the stomach.
I'm absolutely okay
Of
with
course
women.
you are, Bruta. Of course.
A wink-shaped growl sounds from your ass. Thank you. Okay, here we go. White morning. Oh, does not read it for me. I thought it did. Plus 20% zoom out distance. All Mordoric's learning caps raised by 1. That seems pretty good, especially the 20% zoom out distance. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner. It's a nice little thought. It is very nice. And the shop on the corner, and finally in the Matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Okay. That's not exactly what I thought that was. They fucked this place. Revicol is in ruins. Shit. I might need to come down there. Which one would I want to do? This one. Because it only takes... Unlock a new slot. How do I unlock new slots? Oh, I get to spend skill points? Oh. Shit. How many skill points do I have? I have... Well, how do I check how many... Whoa. I have 2. So tell you what. I'll spend 1 over here. So that I can learn this one, because it only takes 20 minutes. And then I'll upgrade conceptualization? Or should I upgrade my motorics? Because this thing's up, because I can upgrade all of them. Composure could be good. Hand-eye coordination could be good. What do I have for challenges? I have one for composure. Yeah, let's go composure. I don't quite remember where the pile of clothes are. I think they're just in my room. Looks like there was more construction here once, ages ago. The zoom out's really nice.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Isn't armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Look cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
Okay.
Piggy,
Thank you. That was very kind of her. She did not have to inform me on that at all. But now I know where some gloves are. Let's get a move on, eh? To Roundabout North. To Cape Side Apartments, Montanay's Pier. Ad reads broken window. Tibbs says windows. If you had a bag in your hand, you could perhaps collect these bottles and sell them, right? However, I do not have a bag.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use
Sure.
your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens.
Focus your
The
vision.
lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it.
Okay.
Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Hang in there, little
The
one.
little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
There are ruins of some kind of building there.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Okay.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Look
A
inside.
thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Shift your focus to the background.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered.
Or little
The metal
viewer.
feels
I don't give a fuck about their stuff. What is this? Is that a bag? A bag! Well, how about that? Look up the bag and this, and I'll keep my alcohol and cigarettes to the side. Well, how wonderful. Hey, get over here, man. More cups and cans.
Yes?
Kim, you're blocking the can, man. Wait, there was another one here. I didn't even mean to click on that. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Well, I'm gonna be rich. What is this? Oh my gosh. Please. Keep it coming. Birds of a feather, we should be together now. What is in my inventory? Contains 9 bottles. You're talking about my bottles. Oh, what can I? The spirited chirps and clicks and swallows fill the air. Okay, well, let's get moving. Jeez, Kim was tweaking out there. What's this? Another bottle. Who are, you?
G'day to you, officers.
a burly man
The
hangs out
waterlock,
by the
right.
waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife.
Fixed on the
His
master on the other
eyes
side
are
of the waterlock
fixed
and
on
on
a
this
man.
builder.
His posture is relaxed.
Alright, I can be back for you. This will keep telling me to click on it. What I care about at this current instant is... Who are you?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like...
Yeah, never mind. I'll come back for you. There's a lot on my mind, and not a lot to do. How on earth do I get you, man? There's like 2 entrances, it seems. Whatever. Let's make my way to Everett. Oh fuck, this isn't the way to him. Words of a feather, we should be together now. Collecting rainwater.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Well, shit. Must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor. Looks like I had a lot of
It
fun.
really doesn't.
Oh,
Let's turn our attention elsewhere and move on.
well, I might as well pick the bottles up, Mr. Kim. Geez, all of these are worth 10 cents. It's all very good to have. Hello, Mr. Everett.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Okay. Let's talk about my lost
Yes,
gun.
your lost gun. My best men are on it. Your gun will be found, Harry.
It is Harry,
Let me
okay.
assure you of that.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding
I think
your
he
gun
is.
hostage.
I'm gonna factor that in.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have...
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Just mean if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Okay,
Of course. Let us dispatch...
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What?
I think the odds of that are very low.
memory's fine, I'm
So
just
good
testing
to
you.
hear that, Harry. Apparently, my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Probably should not roll for that right now. What is my full
It's
name?
Harry. Harry Dubois.
You feel like a Dubois, but you don't feel like a Harry. Strange.
Something longer.
Sure, okay. You're Harold. Harmon. Haroldamus? But that's not what the record says. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can.
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock.
Do you know anything
You're
about
a
my family?
Jamrock
Do you have a
born
wife and kids,
family?
or?
Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man.
Never mind the family.
Family, Harry, is the most important thing.
Alright,
Of
hold on.
course, Harry. See you soon.
I'll be back in a minute. Just let me look at this real quick.
Overproductive on the glands. Here it is. It's titled Honor for the Brave and goes, I have no family. I make honor my family. I have no home. I make bravery my home. I have no desire. I make dignity my desire. I have no friends. I make humility my friend. I have no enemy. I make dishonor my enemy. This is my vow of honor for the brave. I am brave. Something like that. It's not the words that matter. It's the honor.
It's very good. Give me 1 second here. I'm just replying to some people. Very good. That will do. Okay. Accept it. Plus 25,000 honor points. Learning cap for authority raised to 5. Where's authority? Authority. Right here. I can raise this quite high then.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't
Let's
have
talk
a
about my
sick-
lost
yes,
gun.
what's
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
Harry?
yeah.
You're getting a little pale. Is it the words paranoid schizophrenic and lost gun in one sentence? Don't worry, it's just a lead. It'll probably turn out to be nothing. Let's
Things
hear it,
about
Harry.
me. This is a red check. It cannot be retried. Well, this is probably the best it's gonna get, so I'll try it.
As you look
Hey!
at the folder, Everard covers it with his
Plus.
hand and pats it.
Thank
He's
you for the
hiding it from
for the
you
plus.
because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
Really? They're corrupt,
I
eh?
got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Harry, that's the name. Exactly.
Like I said,
You get a kill.
now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you.
He just wanted me to think he does.
The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Says my name's Harry
Yes,
Dubois.
that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's
Okay.
move on.
Or is it? I'm pretty sure it is. I feel pretty confident it is. He says he knows everything. I mean, he probably is just smug enough to know this. He thinks he's super smug. Let's just talk about this. I'm not even going to tell him anything about the Union. I opened the door. You asked me, can we
I'm
discuss
very glad to
the
hear that,
murder?
Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Oh,
There is no
no.
way to
I
sway
definitely
this
did.
man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
So I
You're
didn't.
right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door, which you did. So we're all good here. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
With the hangman's
Racist
clothes.
mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
Your guys are just light years ahead of me.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people, with the power of politics.
Oh, yes.
Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this.
I don't believe you.
But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are neat freaks. If you don't mind me saying so, I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
There's more to police work. I'm just gonna say
Of
nothing.
course, Harry. Stoke silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
I heard about a connection between this lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about
By
it.
now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Oh, did they? Give me a second. I was
You mean our
repositioning my
victim?
phone. You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine
I've
that?
heard he's a mercenary.
Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
They moved the container. Okay,
About
okay,
my
go on.
fun container? It's a hoot, Harry. Who knows? Maybe you'll be in here the next time they move it. It will be very fun, I promise. But enough about me and my container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Very poor taste,
By
man. Very poor
negotiator,
taste.
you mean Joyce?
When did he say negotiator? Oh.
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We
Why wouldn't he
dock
fucking
grit,
acknowledge
Harry.
him?
This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did the
There's a
pushing?
militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested.
Okay.
They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty.
So he's
I'd
also
like to see the
going
man who takes them in.
with the
Besides, I saw
story
my lawyer get
that
them after them.
that it was the Hardy Boys that did the murder. But I know it's not because I have the bullet, and they said they hung him. They didn't mention anything about the shooting, and they refused to talk about it.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
No, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
Didn't even answer Kim's
Work with
question.
them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you.
They do seem to be
Men
pretty
who like
similar
beer,
to me.
women, and some order on the streets.
Can you ask them to cooperate
But
with
of
me?
course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Yeah, okay.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
I don't need it. I only want to use that
No,
with
I
the...
wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
You mentioned a lawyer
Oh,
girl.
Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree.
I don't know if I
myself,
want to tell him
thinking
about
it'll
the bullet
probably
in the
turn out
guy's
all
head.
fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Because I think he's trying to go with the whole Hardy Boys hung 'em shtick. When really, I think he has someone on the inside who killed them first. And then he had the Hardy Boys hang them. And he's paying the Hardy Boys, like he said, to take the blame. But if I tell him I know about the bullet in the guy's head, he's going to realize his plan fell through, and he's going to start to come up with a backup plan or a way to defend himself and not let it lead back to him now. So I think what I should do is go to the Hardy Boys and talk to them first and figure more about that before they go and tell him, because they'll probably tell him themselves that I found the bullet, if they haven't already. So in my best interest, I think my best interest would be to not tell him about it yet. Only tell him about it when I feel like he already knows that I know. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by a shipping
How
company?
do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
Okay.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't
You
just
talking
happen to show
about-
up during strikes.
He's not scared of them. If anything, He likes them being here. Strange.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it.
So they shot him.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's
Yeah.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to.
A man of the left. So you have. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What do you think of this?
Depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily.
I don't want to make the
but
call.
Once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're going to get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place
on the
exactly?
Coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place.
Oh, and this is where I can find the gloves too, right?
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks into a freshly tied.
Sure.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here, you need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
The company
Oh,
representative.
that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Yeah, that's
We're
bullshit.
all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Mr.
What
Gaumont.
do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
only kidding, Harry. You're not a...
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator...
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. The previous union leader. I'm not going to say that
Of
because this
course,
is really
Harry.
twisted.
Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
It is very weird.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning
The
plan.
youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
Tim, what do you think
I'm
of
no
this?
property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but
Try to find a loophole.
There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print. You're
Okay. I can't upgrade logic anyway, again. Because I can't. Why am I so zoomed in? Whoa, I can fucking zoom out. God damn.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines.
Yeah, I'll leave him be. He seems to be enjoying himself. Is it optimal to play this zoomed out? I don't know. I don't like how it looks, so I'm gonna zoom in more. Can I open this?
Before you stands a cargo
is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe, I can't tell. I think we should
No.
investigate further.
Because I don't.
Wait, why
There
not?
are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Maybe there's contraband
There
in
may
there.
very well be, but we are not here to look. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk.
I'm
You
opening
attempt
it.
to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions. With some
Knock on the
no
door.
reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Been in the world for 2 days. Persuade the door to open. Why not?
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Yeah, why am
Why are you what?
I? Anything at
Now
all.
is not the time to get.
Yeah, you're right. Well, worth a try. Alright, so there's a couple things I can do right now. I can go talk to the Hardy Boys, and then after that, I should swing by this village, see if I can get some signatures. Before that, I want to see if I can find a loophole in this thing, because that should help me get the signatures, I'd assume. My bad. Hello, Mr. Hardy.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Yeah. We never talked. He promised he'd cooperate with me.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy.
Is that it?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me some more and find out,
You
Gimp?
gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
I'm gonna do a little something something here. I like to call using my resources.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
As you look
Okay, we're
around this
fine.
room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen
You
this
believe
before?
the place was called Precinct
My
41.
home.
It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks. You seen Apricot, old Purdue's daughter? Asks Lieutenant McCoy. Replies Torson, the ass on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. A bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint?
I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
You must be. You're just real cops drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your
You
hands.
got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen.
Like
They
jam
didn't
up
see
now.
shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the...
Congratulations on the graffito removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Someone's been raped. It's about the victim. She needs help.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her. But you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her. A freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty
Oh, God.
silvery jumpsuit. Blonde.
I fucking
That's
hit on
I'm
her the
due
first day.
with an O-U.
Oh, shucks.
The girl upstairs? That can't be her.
Yeah, I'm remembering right
Told
now.
her you wanna have.
Oh, it's her! It's definitely her! It's Miss Oranje, disco dancer!
Said you don't remember, cop. Said you don't remember. Said I wanna have fuck with you. It was like -1, -1, -2, -1. Oh, shit. Oh, well.
You
Oh, no.
inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax. Whatever you do not tell him you know her. That would sound off.
What's her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking...
Something is off here. His anger is possessed.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. all of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
What is your
I
relationship
know
with
her.
her?
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing
Yeah.
means.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
So she's not from around
You
here.
mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you
Okay.
give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Yep.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
But what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Drugs?
Yeah, we did them. What's that to you?
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
So the rape. If I get.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Yeah.
Here you go, boss.
Alright. That's all.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Alright. Oh shit, Kim wants to talk.
Officer, what was that?
You mean the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned his name? And the sort of quivering jello thing on my eye?
Yes.
I think I know that
Victim?
woman.
Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
I met her. She knows I don't, in the hallway after I woke up.
You were not in good shape on Monday.
She knows I didn't remember
Okay,
being a cop.
that's manageable.
I tried to hit on her.
Understood.
She said I'm going to have to interrogate her later, and it's going to suck for
It is.
me.
This would have been good to know before.
It didn't
It
come up.
should have. Anything else?
I
What
didn't
you're
rape
saying
her.
is you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest.
No, I
cavity.
did not rape her.
Then don't ever say that again.
Sorry,
What
Kim.
else? We'll
I thought it'd
alright,
be funny
Lisa.
to say.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be all right.
Okay. Okay. Trust you, Kim.
The door is... There's still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before.
Across the
This
den.
little depression is all you could inflict on the door. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me, please. Remember? Who was that meant for?
Who's the punch meant for?
White morning. It was morning all along. You should have seen it coming. It was right behind her eyes. The words still echo in the hallway.
Fuck.
The door feels cold.
Who is it?
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
Okay. I'm going to. Omens. The room has sad all over it. Reminds you of your own. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she had an extended stay. You see the yard below, the corpse is no longer
This
there.
medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Look at that
It's been
toothbrush.
used quite Vital
the
pharmaceuticals
medications.
line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Spy collection here.
Anything of note?
Search the
Pill
bottles.
bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol.
What is
An
that?
opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Okay, search the
Among
pills.
some foreign, probably Messinian or Godvaldian, marked red blister packs, you find what a bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff and your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste, a proud Revacholian pharmaceutical company with great traditions.
What's so exciting about this orange
It's
bottle?
speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Can I also see a brand of
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. Silently,
Hey.
the bottle slides into your palm. Then, as you turn, feels so sleek and beautiful. You got it.
Let's go. Clean as fuck. +1 motor, -1 morale. So I'm watching behind the glass door. Woman. Bed has been hastily made.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your fingers across the surface of
Smooth
glass.
as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently
like
replaced.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
The one I smashed in my room.
Yes, that one. Cold wind is seeping in right now. Just one.
Stop distracting him! He has
Not
work
thank
to
you,
do.
necktie.
Plus, if I recall, the window has been giving him shit ever since he got
Thank
here.
you, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I know if nobody's got me, if there's only one person on Earth who's got me, it's the necktie man. Cold coffee in an ashtray. Looks like a hedgehog. Little dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Move your hands fast. Go for it.
You catch a single white
Nice.
flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. Just a glance, then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod. 6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
What is this, Kim?
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
It being on the roof.
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
Does this flower blossom in early spring?
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried,
You
preserved.
pinned them which
The
side?
revolutionaries, so the commoners and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of
Very
discipline.
well.
Petals, water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You your sides for warmth, but there is none.
Blow on your fingers.
Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals, then sprinkle them in the stream.
Okay.
Welcome to the roof.
Has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the
Her
other.
hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got
It's
here.
much nicer now.
Right.
Where the dead body used to hang. Clear.
Thank you for that, officers.
There is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness.
You
When
mentioned
she
the
thinks
cleaning
about
lady.
the
I
death,
think I need one.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the fabled cop of the apocalypse. His arrival is a sign of the end times. All this will come crashing down in mere days.
Disappointed is striking out like this with a farce.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
What is your name, miss, for the record?
Clasier Amondou.
Where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
What is our name?
Bad memory, officer.
Understood,
It's
miss.
the past. People can't go back to the past.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
Want to hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer. His partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
You're a cop?
No, no. More stupid. Oranese lit.
Sad.
Oranese literature.
Oh.
That's what I studied at the university.
Oranese
Fear
literature.
of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national lit.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money is very important. Show her some money.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary.
It's the world's most tired smile. Miss Aranye, now there is something you should linger on.
Wouldn't it be inappropriate
All
to
things
linger?
considered, very. Now linger.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Could we
I
take
would
a look
offer
at
you.
your
I'm
passport?
afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
Okay then.
Okie dokie.
That's it. Thank
The
you.
record.
That's it for the record.
So official.
Nice room you've got
Yeah.
here.
It's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
Hate to say it, but we've got sad all over the
Yeah.
place.
I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Is that why you're out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The SAD got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
What exactly is the nature of this
For
contamination?
me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial SAD spill in there.
Somewhere below, military-grade SAD is dripping off the walls. You should say the first thing. It's honest. It will lead to introspection.
Something is bad in my head in the past.
That's where it always comes from, isn't it? From the head and from the past.
White and filled with doom. Gaseous, invisible, deadly, it's everywhere.
Sounds like an advanced form of what I've got. With a bit of old love sprinkled on top.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That, is the kind that consoles and sweeps under the rug at the same time.
That window is new.
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
What are you doing here in the whirling
I'm
rags?
wondering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol.
You're here in
I
Revachol.
always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
You have quite the
Thank you.
collection of
I
prescription
put a lot of time and effort
drugs.
into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
How do you amass such a
With
hoard?
money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
Narca, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry.
You seem to have, amongst other things, peptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Cool, I took some for personal use. Oh shit, I didn't mean to click all that.
Robbed by common highwaymen.
She looks at the drugs. Motherfucker took my peptide. Looks like you owe me one, officer. I'm taking a serious corruption here. This is not a textual. I can easily log it under confiscation.
She's not angry, but it's true. She's gonna have to find some more peptide now.
I have other questions for you.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Yes, you're just one room away. Very personal.
Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my
You do
memory.
not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
They tell us that you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
I mean, it's like 4.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
What does that mean? Were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
For us?
Pretty much.
Interesting.
Warning them.
What did happen between you and the
We
victim?
partied.
The kind I do.
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
I didn't know that's physically possible.
It is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you...
We drank, sir. a lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination.
More feelings
A
involved?
little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Interesting. Are you seeing him there?
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
That doesn't sound very happy thoughts.
A bitter cringe. It hurts.
You called us.
Fuck,
Did
I keep
see him?
accidentally pressing spacebar.
Yes.
Jackpot.
Finally, the call reporting the hanging. That was you.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Okay.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
The caller's voice was
I didn't
disguised.
exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it
With
how?
nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer.
That's some clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the
Seems
lines
like you had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
Why go through all the
I
trouble?
don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Name, eyes, age.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him.
I know it's difficult, miss.
She meant she sees him in her dream.
I've also seen him in a dream.
Yeah? Not like I do, I imagine.
She sees them in each other's arms.
They're in each other's arms.
Yes. And then he's dead. His mouth agape.
I see him as me.
She dips the cigarette in the lighter's flame and inhales, then looks at you with her lungs full of smoke.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Funny.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
Okay.
In my dream, he thinks, he said, I failed his children. You glance at the lieutenant, then back to her.
Why did they hang him if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Why was there a bullet in his head?
Bullet? They shot him too? They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
Shouldn't have said that.
After they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
It's hard to know what to think about that answer.
Okay.
She's just tired. Don't push her too much.
How did the Hardy Boys
They're
know?
frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
Could that have been why they lynched him? Jealousy.
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
What do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
Okay.
I'm 89% sure.
Does that mean
You know how it is.
Do you?
Do you? I don't know. Actually, I don't.
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
Okay then.
She takes. You hear cracking in her shoulders. She breathes.
I think what she's saying is just that she was like too drunk / like high to truly know, but she's pretty positive nothing happened. Before we go, a little something.
Nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Look at her eye.
She looks back. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
What's happening?
Just time. You are not anything out of the ordinary. Air moves in your windpipe.
Avert
The
your eyes.
strange
Okay.
moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m. drinking coffee, most likely.
Okay.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye.
Where's it coming
A distant
from?
sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights.
Establishing my superstardom lately.
You have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bai. Badass.
Action.
with a
Camera lights
sudden
action.
flash, the world freezes around you. And you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
I'm gonna forget this. I wonder if it'll let me relearn it. Oh, no, it won't. For 1 point, thought will be lost forever.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the
But
plan.
did she tell us all
What
that?
else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have
If
known.
not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something's off here.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is... The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Okay, well, first things first. I just raised my volition a shit ton.
Fine day for questions.
Come on, 5 or higher.
Soft,
Okay, let's go.
light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
Oh my god.
Believe it.
Which ones exactly are affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's all of them.
Oh no.
Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here. No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol. Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you. I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's on another level entirely. She hates you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature.
She does not want me. How did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I do?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is.
Can't you turn them normal again? What use is this
It's
then?
better to know you're being played than to be played without.
I guess. Does this mean she's been lying to me?
It's safe to assume, yes. Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If he were, I suspect there would be paeans to her truthfulness. Like this. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too.
Can I trust that guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not.
Okay, what is her plan?
Can't draw a sound conclusion. She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised.
To myself only enough. Let's get back to it.
It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Miss, are you manipulating me?
She exhales.
God, no.
Show her the flower.
She looks at the dried petals in your palm. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger.
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof?
Or an admirer?
Any admirers, miss?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Alright. La 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 la. La di da di da. What is this door?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Where does this lead
I
to?
don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mystery. I don't know.
I think it's important.
The further we get, the more this building seems to...
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
Thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imp.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the Keza Inn are around this building.
It's not unimportant.
It's barred
Push.
from the inside. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Fuck it. I'm going for it.
The
I want
same
in.
small, heavy door. No lock
I did not
in
get it.
sight. You kick it, gung-ho.
All right, let's try.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to
Swallow
explode
the
the sturdy
rage. This should actually be where I save. And next time I come back to this game, I will do my best to get in there. Thanks if you stopped by, swing around a little bit. I'll be back with this game probably tomorrow, sometime soon. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.